Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Blue. Welcome. We are doing quite a different video this week, and I'm really actually excited about this video. I'm really excited about where it will lead me. But essentially, you guys, I had a buddy playing a Feral Druid. You know, we were doing a dungeon together, and he was kind of asking me, he's like, hey, what are you kind of doing for this pack and this pack? And, you know, like, what do you do for here? You know, and something came to me where I'm just like, man, like, I'm not the best feral ever, but like what I do know, I kind of got it down. You know, I don't really think about it anymore. And there's a huge aspect of the game that I've just never done. And the reason I've never done because I've always been intimidated because it's different. It is completely different. You know, and I said, you know what? As you guys are aware in Shadowlands, PvP, very good way to get your item level up, you know, to get some really nice gear if you're good enough. You know, if you can get the rating. And, you know, although some of these gear pieces are not the best, of course the weapon is great. You can get a weapon, you know, upgraded pretty high. But a lot of these stats probably aren't the best for PvE content. You know, there's a few items with crit verse, mostly verse. And then mostly you're going to get mastery, verse, or verse mastery, or verse haste gear. Now the verse haste gear, I guess that would be quite alright if you want to kind of, you know, do a double hitter and do some Guardian Druid. PvP would be the way to go. PvP gear would be the way to go to get your Guardian Druid geared up. But essentially, you guys, I am a noob at PvP, and I want to get better. So luckily, if you guys probably noticed, I've been streaming quite more than I normally do of PvP, and luckily there's a lot of good players in there kind of help me out. But these are going to be my adventure to PvP, climbing up the ladder, and then just, you know, informing you guys what I'm learning along the way. So if you're new to PvP as well, maybe you can benefit from this. You know, so hopefully some people benefit from this, and hopefully I can climb up the ladder and learn along the way. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Take it easy. Peace.
Blue, you're my boy!
Alright, so for a certain section of the video, just want to let you guys know I'm probably only going to include games that I've won, because I know there's a lot of mistakes in my games. I got pretty much hard stuck pugging in 1300, so that's kind of where I'm at. With a buddy of mine, I did get to 1400 early on in the season, and then just me trying to commit to it myself and do it myself, kind of went down in hard stuck 13. Now, there's a few things that I've learned already, even at the lowest ranking, you know, that I want to kind of give out as tips.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, the biggest thing that came aware to me is jumping in arenas is your UI. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm having a UI specifically for PvE, and then I'm having a completely different UI for PvP. Now, I would suggest that you do the same.
They're still CCing me? Yeah, I got CC'd.
It's very useful. There's some very good add-ons. I'm going to just go through my add-on list right now and kind of go over the add-ons that I'm using that I turn on for Arena, and then the rest of my PvE add-ons I turn off. I had them all on at one time, and it was giving me a little bit laggy, so I kind of decided, you know, it's just one or the other. So my PvP add-ons, Ability Team Tracker. This one I'm not really using right now, but I think it will be benefit later as I start becoming more aware of my team. Right now I'm kind of just running in there, just doing my own thing, you know, just trying to survive or kill people. But this is a great add-on to track your teammates' abilities, so you can know when their burst is up, when their burst is down. Another add-on, Big Debuffs. This add-on's really nice. This add-on will show when somebody is using their big cooldown on their character highlight screen. So usually you can see my face, but if I'm using Tiger's Fury, instead of seeing my face, you'll see Tiger's Fury, or Berserk, you'll see Berserk. Really good. Now, for a kind of a UI or a change is
I was reading the.
I have Gladiator
Right,
LOSSA. All right. So this one's really nice. This one's going to give me PvP sound alerts. And this one I found really, really helpful. I downloaded this one probably later on towards the end of the week. But really helpful because, as a new player, I'm not really keeping track of everybody. I kind of just pick somebody, go at them. And then if I'm getting a Pyroblast in my back, I really don't know. So this is really nice. It's going to tell me if somebody's casting on me. And if I was good enough, I might want to LOS it or something like that. But I really like this one. This one's really nice. Then we have Omni Bars. This one tracks enemy cooldowns. I haven't set this one up, but I need to. What I want to do with this one is track their CCs, their interrupts, especially since I am a PvE focused feral. I do run Convoke in my, in my arenas, and it's really important, obviously, to track their interrupts. Now, I didn't really do that this week, or I didn't pay attention to that this week, but I would suggest that add-on.
He's bounded.
Okay, so S Arena. This one's really great. This one kind of puts the frames of the enemies right where you need it. Very good there. I like that one. Very useful, even though I don't look at it a whole bunch. And it looks like that's the last one that I use. Alright, now a second tip that I learned jumping into PvP arenas is my stats are extremely, extremely important, and my stats are completely different than what they are in PvE. So my very first few arenas, I ran in running around 30 crit, 12 haste, 46 mastery, and 1.58% verse. Now, we made it happen, we made it work for a little bit, but I came to the conclusion that the verse needs to go up a significant amount. I was informed by members on the stream, 20 to 25% verse is really optimal, and that's what a lot of the ferals are doing. And obviously 1.58 isn't going to cut it. So I did have to start buying some PvP gear. I would suggest saving up some conquests for those if you're kind of like me, or if you have a lot of verse in your gear already. Great. Unfortunately, I didn't. So definitely change up the gears. Have a PvP set, a PvE set. Now, as far as stats, verse is your go-to. That's your main one. Now, I would say verse mastery is really good. And then I would say probably crit and haste are about even. Now, I've heard some people say crit's better than haste, crit's less than haste. To me, in my very non-experienced PvP, what I would think is, if you're going Convoke, crit's kind of nice. Maybe get a crit proc. That's a good chunk out of the way. But my idea is if you're doing twos, which I tried to stick to because I wanted to slow it down for me a little bit more, and I figured threes would be a little bit too intense, is if you're doing twos, I would imagine crit is better than haste, just because you're usually funneling one person and then you're trying to CC the other. Now, on threes, if you're doing multi-bleeds, you might want to say, verse mastery haste is better than verse mastery and then crit. So those are my ideas, very inexperienced ideas, but just do remember crit has reduced effectiveness in PvP. Okay. Now the last one that I'll say I learned, I've learned quite a bit, but I can't say that I've mastered everything. So I kind of want to do these videos, with things that I've really kind of inputted, is macros. Now this one I'm very not good at, but what I have learned at least, and then putting into practice is different. But what I've learned is macros is really, really good. Now if you are new and you watch a PvPer, you're going to see on their screens they're going to have multiple, maybe 3 of one ability. You're going to be like, why do you guys have 3 cyclones? Why do you have 3 mighty bashes? Now, the idea behind that is, as soon as you go into an arena game, if you're doing 3s or 2s, you're going to be giving a number, and that number is if you're the first one to load in or if you're the last one to
That's
load
the
in,
other
right?
enemy here.
And that's how you're going to be
Break.
seen on the enemy frames. That's what you're going to see in, you know, on your own frames.
Really wreck us.
And the idea behind this is I can have 3 cyclones. One cyclone will do the first enemy, whoever it is, second enemy, third enemy. So I could be funneling the second enemy, and then I need to cyclone target 1. Okay, I can just click my first cyclone,
Okay.
or I need to
Some
cyclone
trees,
target
I still
3.
need to,
So the idea behind it is
look
you
out
don't
for
actually have to
Dewey.
be looking at that target, and especially with some good UIs, you don't have to look at any of the targets. You can see their frames, you can see what they're casting, so you don't actually need to be targeting any one of them. And if you need to interrupt one, especially if you got a range interrupt, like such as a mage or something, they don't need to switch targets at all. They could just be like, oh, 3's casting this, and I'm on target 1. Let me just do my 3 interrupt.
See if she shrinks us.
So very good. I have dumbed it down for myself, especially during 2s. Usually it's a little bit more simplified, where it's just like, hey, this is our kill target, and this is our CC target. Now what I did for that is I actually just made a macro. You're going to see only one macro I do. It's just one cyclone, and it's cast target focus. So as soon as I run in the arena, the one that I'm not going to be focusing, I'm going to focus target that one. And then I just stay on my target, and then I cyclone, which is which just cyclones my set target, my focus target. So that's kind of what I'm using. Maybe as I get more advanced, I'll be kind of giving you guys those macros that I use them once I start using them and really see the benefit to them. But right now I'm kind of focusing on the 2s, and I just have that cyclone. But that's it, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sure there's a lot of mistakes. Now, if you're pretty good at PvP, I would really enjoy your assistance, your guidance. Come join me on the stream. That's what I'm kind of doing. I'm going to try to give it some, just a good amount of time each week. Dedicate some good amount of time. Hopefully next week I can get some better verse, and that will help assist me climbing the ladder. But that's it, you guys. I hope you really enjoy it. Thanks so much for your support. Take it easy. Peace.
I don't see any traps. Is his trap over here to the left?
No, that's mine.
Oh, okay. Like I see crap, but I'm like, oh, I guess that's yours.
Go center.
Cycloning? Vortexing? Just CC? Or run?
He has no trinket. He has no trinket. Dead.
Nice, dude. That was